I wanna be different, I wanna be changed, till all of me is gone, and all that remains is a fire so bright the whole world can see that there's something different. So come and be different in me.
Hi everybody, it's LaTanya Nixon with Different.Changed. I hope that you guys are doing well this week. I wanted to come and talk to you guys about nutrition. When you are going through cancer, whether you are just been diagnosed or whether you are in treatment or out of treatment, you have to be very, very concerned about your nutrition. And so I've been, pretty much concerned with my nutrition even before I was diagnosed with cancer, but definitely since my diagnosis and all throughout my treatment within the last year. One of the things that I'm very aware of, and my nutritionist talked to me about that, is sugar. That you have to be really mindful to watch your sugar intake. So watch those sugary drinks. Kind of pull back from that sweet tea. And if you have to sweeten your drinks, try to use things like stevia, okay? Just because you don't want to pile up too much on sugar. But there are natural sugars within certain ingredients that you can just really rely on, and things can taste delicious, okay? And so today I'm going to make for you something that I have really begun to love so much, because like anybody else, I have a tendency to want to snack sometimes. And so I have come up with my peanut butter energy balls. And they're just a nice little wonderful snack that really satisfies my sugar urges. Okay, so just join me today and we're going to go ahead and make our energy balls. So for your ingredients, you're going to need organic cacao, which is basically the ingredient in chocolate. And so you can buy this at any store, Walmart, anything like that. Some oats, and what I do to just have some flavor is I use the instant oatmeal and apple cinnamon. You can use whatever variety. You can have it plain or use another variety of taste, whatever your taste buds are craving. Flaxseed just really helps with your digestion, and the wonderful thing about flaxseed is that you do not taste it. And because sometimes like flaxseed, that doesn't sound too good, but you don't taste it, okay? But it's a great ingredient to put into your food, all right? And so just try to get the organic flaxseed. You can also I use almond butter, or you can use peanut butter. Try to use your natural butters, because again, when you have processed peanut butters and almond butters, it's a lot of artificial sugar in it, and you do not want the artificial sugar. You want the ones that are naturally sweet. Okay, make sure you remember that. And then one of my favorite ingredients is organic raw honey. All right, organic raw honey. You can see it's a little bit liquidy because I did warm it up. It was in the refrigerator, so I warmed it up to make sure that it mixes well with our other ingredients, okay? But organic honey, this is a great value brand. You can use whatever brand you want to, but just make sure that it's raw honey, okay? And so therefore it's organic. All right, so also just some parchment paper, and a bowl, okay? So let's get started. All right, so basically, depending upon how much you want to make, I'm going to make a little bit extra just because I eat on it all week long, okay? So just 2 of these containers. I usually just pour it in as so, and then what I do is I get my cacao, and really I happen to love the taste of cacao because it is the organic kind. You don't need a whole lot, so I'll just get my spatula and about this much really, but this is probably about a good 2 to 3 tablespoons of your cacao. All right, and you just pour that in. And then your flaxseed, I normally just have a serving spoon that's already inside. Okay, and so just one little thing of that. Your honey. And honestly, you guys, you're gonna just pour it as much as you need for the consistency that you want. I'm so sorry that measurements are not exactly, the biggest thing that I'm into at this moment. But honestly, it really is based on what you think is the best thing for you. So again, this is natural almond butter. All right, that's one of my favorite brands. Okay, and so honestly, I typically put like 3 to 4 heaping spoonfuls, and this is just your regular teaspoon. And we'll get the rest of that off there in just a second. Okay, and so I pretty much just start off with about that much. Just gonna take my spatula and get the rest of it off. Okay. And one other thing that I add, because I absolutely love it, you don't have to, but chopped walnuts. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is about 3 teaspoons of chopped walnuts. All right, and so I'm just gonna mix all of that in there. And then literally, I'm just mixing it up. And you're gonna find the consistency, like right now, this is kind of dry, and so I'm gonna probably add more honey. Okay, you see that? And I'm gonna add more peanut butter. And you're gonna really be able to eyeball this.
It smells so good.
Okay, and so you really just have to eyeball it. So originally I put 3 teaspoons in it, so I'm just gonna add another very whopping size of my almond butter. Okay, and so just continue to mix and so. Okay, so see how it's really just kind of formulating on its own? See that? And make sure that you're mixing it really well because of the oatmeal, the cinnamon that was in the oatmeal. You want to make sure that gets in there really good because it's just absolutely tastes delicious. But see how all the ingredients are just mixing together very nicely. And what you're creating is a nice fat ball. You see that? Okay, so when it's mixed about that much, you're going to get some parchment paper. Okay, and honestly, what I do, make sure that your hands are clean, and I did wash my hands before we started, is I literally just take and roll it in my hand. Okay, and you can make them whatever size you want. I typically make them about that size. If you're somebody that's a little bit more adventurous and you want a bigger size serving, that's completely up to you. Okay, so see that? And you just continue until your ball is down. All right, and so everything has been mixed together. All right, so So just out of that one bowl, I was able to come up with 9 energy balls. Okay, and they're on the parchment paper. Literally, I will put this in the refrigerator and I'll put another piece of parchment paper over it until it solidifies. And so you literally can put them in the refrigerator for about 3 hours to let them get nice and formed. And then once they are formed, you can just just keep them on the parchment paper and put them inside of a container. Put a top on the container and leave them in there, okay? And they literally are great for 3 to 5 days. You can just come in there when you have an urge for something quick and sweet. You just grab one of these babies and just go with it. Can I actually even just taste it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can actually even grab one of these babies and so good. You can taste all the sweetness in it, and the only really sweet thing I added was the natural sweet thing, and that was the almond butter and that honey. But you can taste it. And I'm even gonna get my teenager to try it. Now, if your teenager likes it, then you know that you have done a great job. Jada! This is Jada, my teenager. All right, sweetie, I want you to bite into this energy ball and tell me how you like it.
Unfortunately, my taste buds have stopped working.
Bite into it, Jay.
Can I just take a piece off?
Just bite into it, please. We're on camera. How is it?
Well, it's not the worst. It's not the best.
Again, that's from the teenager. How is it again? It's absolutely delicious. You absolutely can't go with a teenager. All right? It's absolutely delicious. Look, she's still eating it, so clearly something is right with it. Thank you, Jada. Anyway, you guys, we will leave the ingredients and what I did in the description, but honestly, you will love this. It's just so tasty. And again, this is a great way for you to satisfy that sweet tooth, but be able to continue to eat healthy. And so while you are getting healthy, it's important what you put into your mouth. Okay? All right? So thank you so much for joining in. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please make sure you do what I always ask you to do, and that is be different and remain changed. Make sure that you like, give a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to grow our community. Thanks for tuning in, you guys, and I'll see you next time.